Good morning, my fellow youths, fellow Nigerian youths. I don't know, I don't do this often, but I think this should be the second video I'm doing this year. I want to first of all commend the youth for the gods. I want to commend them for daring to challenge the normal. I want to commend them for daring to demand for something that works for everyone. And I want to commend them also for putting aside our religious differences, ethnic differences, particular affiliations, and coming together as a people to fight for a Nigeria that all of us will be proud of. I have a lot of things I want to say, and I decided to do this video because I know if I decide to write, this is going to be too long for me to put down and to be very boring for you to watch, for you to read. That's why I decided to write, to do this. So first of all, I want to talk about something. I made a post earlier, a couple of days back, and I said something that political party is not our problem. Why I say that is because before now we have talked about APC came in and took advantage of the fact that many of us Nigerians were tired with the way things were going, and we were looking for something better, and they came in with the mantra of change. They sold their ideas to us and took advantage of the fact that we were looking for something better, and we accepted APC. And today, APC have become one of the problems we are fighting to solve. Now, the question I keep asking right now when people begin to talk about certain things is political party our problem right now? If political parties are our problem, which of them is the problem? PDP or APC? That is a question we should ask ourselves. So I'm saying this because of there are a lot of things going on right now, and I want to make us to understand that a lot of people are going to leverage on the fact that we are looking for something better to be to sell us ideas that at the end of the day, we might embrace them and then find ourselves back where we are right now. So why am I doing this video? First of all, what exactly are we looking for? What kind of leaders do we want? People are talking about flaunting political parties and then talking about the leaders, youth leaders, this and that. But the question we should ask ourselves is this: even in the present administration, we have leaders who fall under the category of youths. Look at their performance. Can you say as a youth that you are proud of their performance? I'm not going to mention names. I'm very sure we know. It's not just one. We have more than one leader, one governor who falls under the category of youth in Nigeria right now. Look at their performance. Are we proud? Can you as a youth say you are proud of that leader, of that youth leader, or that governor who is a leader, or a senator who is a leader? Are you proud of their performance? If we are not proud of their performance, then what exactly are we looking for? That is a question we should ask ourselves. What exactly are we looking for? In this new Nigeria, we are fighting for something that many people have given their lives fighting for. What exactly is our need? Yes, we've made the demands, or we've listed out what we want to achieve, what we want for this Nigeria. But now there is something that is happening, and that is why I'm doing this video. And what I'm doing, that is exactly is that on Facebook right now and on some WhatsApp groups, there's a new political party being flaunted to us, YDP. Now, the question is this: if political party is not our problem, what is the idea behind this party that has been sold to us right now? In Nigeria, we have more than 2 political parties. Of course, the main ones is PDP and APC. So is YDP, or will YDP be the solution? We thought APC was going to be our solution, and now APC is part of the problem we are fighting to solve. So will the new party now be the solution to our problem? Will it give us what we are actually looking for? That is a question every youth should ask. And this political party that has been flaunted to us, who are the people behind it? What is the ideology? Is it a new party? Is it an existing one? Who are the people that registered this party? Who are the stakeholders? Who are the leaders? What is enshrined in their constitution as a party? Those are questions we should ask. We should not allow people to feast on our emotions, to take advantage of what is going on right now, to sell us something that at the end of the day we are going to regret embracing it. So we should ask ourselves that question. Right now, I have seen on different WhatsApp groups links to register for different states. The question is, but we don't know who is behind this party. We don't know what their ideologies are. We don't know what they are setting out to achieve. Is it going to be like the APC that came and told us in 2-3 years they're going to bring heaven down to earth? We're going to be living in heaven right here on earth. And today we are now beginning to see them as part of the problem that we have to solve. Thank you, Princess. I'm smiling now. That has been disturbing me a lot. And I would have written something and put on my wall probably, but I think it is better I do what I'm doing right now. In the new Nigeria we are all fighting for. Okay, let me say this quickly. There have been elections in Nigeria. We have had platforms and parties where we have youth, young men and women coming out to vie for positions. How many of them do we even listen to? How many of them do we support? When debates are going on, when political candidates are actually coming out, or aspirants as you call them, are coming out to give their manifesto and to debate, which are the people we listen to? Of course, PDP, APC. And if these two parties are failing us, who said our leaders must be from PDP or APC? Who said we cannot have a leader from SDP? Who said we cannot have a leader from Labour Party? We have a lot of political parties right now. How many of them have we supported? Yes, assuming that, of course, the PDP and APC we have today cannot give the youth the opportunity we need to serve. Yes, that one is true. But the question is this. The other parties that we have, I remember in this, even the current election that's coming up in Cross River State North, we have young people coming out in other political platforms. How many of them have we even listened to what they have to offer? How many of them have we gone out to support? If we are looking for youth, we have youth vying for these positions in other unpopular political parties. But our focus have always been in PDP and APC. And the truth is this. The position we want to take in the politics of Nigeria as youth will not be possible under PDP and APC. That is very clear. Why? Because we will not have the opportunity from the sales of their forms. How many youth can afford 10 million naira to buy a form? When you know you are going to go out to vie for campaign, do other things, print flyers, set up committees, and sponsor campaign, other things. So from the cost of their forms, already the youth are already pushed out. Even when you succeed in buying the form, you go to primaries, they buy delegates. The youth cannot afford to pay for that. So if PDP and APC cannot give us the platform we need as youth to take over the leadership of our country, we have other platforms existing. Have we looked at them? We are looking for a new Nigeria, right? That is what we are fighting for. And who said age is the criteria to determine who will deliver? Just like I said earlier, we have governors from other states, young governors, youths, as we call them. I'm tempted to even mention Kogi State, and even my own state, Cross River State. And there are other ones in the Senate, in the House of Assembly, and the rest. They are youth. Look at them and ask yourself a question. Am I proud of their performance as youth? Yes, I know they are youth with capacity. They are youth who have built themselves up. They are youth who have built themselves up and who have that leadership capacity. We have seen some of them even in this protest, and there are some who didn't even come out for the protests. We know. But the idea is this, or what the essence of what I'm doing right now is this. Instead of beginning to flaunt a political party or begin to look at political parties as our problem, we should begin to look at individuals. We should begin to look at individuals and who say we might have youth who can deliver. We can also have people who are above the age range of youth who can also deliver. Have we looked at them? An average youth. I thank God for what is happening right now, that the youth are beginning to think beyond political parties. The youth are beginning to think beyond leader, this Namaoga, this, and that has been our problem. when we begin to support a politician, we lost our ability to think. The politicians will think for us, they will see for us, and they will speak for us. So whatever they say is the gospel truth. We believe them, even if it is obvious that they are lying, or it is obvious that what they are saying is not even the truth. Even when they are not doing the right thing. But because Namoga, we want to die there. Whoever speak or whoever holds a contrary opinion to that your Oga becomes an enemy. We inherit political enemies, even as youths. Because I am a sympathizer with PDP or APC, whatever they do is right. That is how we think as youth. And I thank God. I don't know where this one came from. I don't know. I just thank God for whatever is happening this month of October. And I want to once again commend the dexterity of the youth, the effrontery, the guts they had to come out and do what they did. And I know this is not over yet, because if we stop now, we are going to go back to square one. They brought whatever they brought in to distract us. But we have to stay resolute. We have to stay focused. But we should also not be deceived or allow anybody to come in and flaunt a new political party as a solution to our problem. APC did that, and today APC is one of the problems we are fighting now. I'm sure in 5 years, if we look back, they may have even done worse than PDP did in 16 years. And of course, there are people who, as I said earlier, who are not youth, who can also perform and do well. They are also youth who, if they have the opportunity we have now, these old men have now, they are going to do worst. I have interacted with some of them. Sometime ago in Lagos, I was speaking with a friend of mine, and he said, when we're talking about things like this, he said, look, now turn by turn, when my turn reach, I'll go there and I'll do my own. Everybody's waiting for the national cake. So if we begin to think that being a youth or flaunching a political party, as a matter of fact, this YDP we are looking at, has anybody seen their constitution? Have they sold their ideology to us? Apart from flaunching the name and asking us to register, have they told us what they are about? If it is a political party for the youth, have we seen their constitution and confirmed that there's an age range beyond which you cannot be allowed to buy their party nomination forms? Let us not be gullible. Let us stay focused. What we need is a new Nigeria that works for all of us, not a political party that will come and flaunt themselves as a solution, and in 2-3 years become part of the problem we'll be facing. We should learn better now. We should know better. And I want to also condemn what some people are doing. And I know, and I'm still saying it. I've said it many times, and I'm saying it again. The burning of things and the looting of public and private businesses and homes is not part of what the EndSARS protest set out to achieve. And I dare to say that these actions are not being done by EndSARS protesters. They are being done by youth, hoodlums, or criminals, as you may call them, who have made themselves really tools in the hands of politicians, who have been set out to discredit the process. You discover a palliative, where your palliative is taught, you can go have it. That one's not a problem. But how do you explain going to vandalize businesses of youths like yourself? People who have struggled to build something against all odds, who have struggled to build something from nothing. And just when they think they have something to fall back to depend on for their livelihood, you go there, you vandalize, you burn their homes, you burn their shops. Are we not also showing that for those who are doing this, that we are even worse than the leaders who are fighting to displace? If you can go into somebody's shop, hairdressing salon, a barbing salon, a computer shop, or whatever business it is, you pick everything, single thing that is in there. They are disturbing videos everywhere. Disturbing videos. And you are a youth asking for a better Nigeria. You are a youth asking for something good, something new. How will you achieve that? How do you think? We are compiling videos. We have written petitions to the international community to come and intervene. They are watching. Don't you think these actions we are doing now, the burning and looting of things, is going to work against us? we need to be wise as youth. If we must take over the leadership of Nigeria, if we must achieve the Nigeria we want to achieve, we need to begin to work on ourselves, our mentality. How can you go for a protest demanding for a better Nigeria, and at the end of the day, you are going to loot shops? I have in Calabar, across River State, they even vandalized a psychiatric hospital, psychiatric home. Which you won't carry from there? Which you won't carry from there? From a psychiatric home. People are vandalizing shops and even carrying. I saw someone took someone's toilet seat. Which you won't carry and do? Is that not madness? And you will come and tell us how politicians are bad. What example are what are we proving? Are we showing as evidence that we are ready to take over? Thank you very much, Ifeanyi. Our problem is the 1999 Constitution. You can join politics as a youth. Some of them became prime ministers. Some of them became, military head of state. Some of them became governors commissioners at very young age. And up to now, they are still in power. They were once youth. For us to achieve the Nigeria we all want, or we all dream of, we all desire a new Nigeria, the Constitution is what we should be looking at changing. We have members of parliament from state to federal level who are representing us. I'm sure with whatever has happened right now, whether good or bad, have shaken them a little bit. I think right now they're being to listen, because they know that if they messed up, that they have people waiting for them back here. I have seen where some senators were beaten in the north. It does not happen in the south before, but I've seen senators being beaten in the north, and nobody shot at them for messing up. And I think with what is going on right now, wherever they are, they will begin to understand that, look, whatever we do here, people are back there watching us. And when we go there, we'll be at their mercy. In Cross River State, Numugba house was looted. Geshomasi house was looted. Though I totally condemn such acts, but it's also a message to them that if they have done what they should do, these things would not have been happening. If we can reach out to them and present our demands, if all our grievances, we can put ourselves as states, summon our House of Reps and Senators in our respective states, tell them, as you are going there, you are going to represent us. These are our demands. These are the things we want you to do. These are the things we want you to press on as you are there. And the debate on those things on the floor, I'm sure at the end of the day, right now we are lucky the Constitution is being reviewed right now. The Constitution is being reviewed right now. If we can take advantage of that and engage our House of Rep members and our senators from our different states, but looting and burning, you are burning a bank for goodness sake. If that bank is the only bank in your state, in your city, how will you access your money? People are taking out ATM machines, thinking when they go inside they'll have access to the money. That is criminality. That is criminal. That is stealing. That is not a protest. That is stealing. You go to a private home and vandalize the things they have in their homes, take away their televisions, take away and you call that a protest? A common Nigerian like you, an ordinary citizen like you, who have not even held any political position, who probably does not even have a brother or sister in politics. This person built a business from nothing. And then you go there and vandalize it, and you come back and say you're asking for a new Nigeria. What are we doing? That is insanity. We have to wake up and we have to work on ourselves. I think the best thing we can do is we all have friends, we all have groups we belong to at different levels. Let us start working on ourselves from those levels. I think from what I've seen so far, this thing should be a bottom-up approach. We should start working on ourselves, because we snatch the ballot boxes for them. They use us to intimidate voters. They use us to harass voters. So if we start working on our own selves, and when they come and make offers to us and we turn it down, they will not go by themselves to do those things. They will not even send their kids. If you and I refuse to be ready tools. I know, of course, they have weaponized poverty and they have put us in a position where we make ourselves ready available for them to use at a very cheap price. I saw a video where a young man was caught in Kaduna, in Abuja. He was one of the thugs that were sent to attack protesters, probably brought in from Kaduna or something. When they asked him, how much were you paid to come and do this? He said 500 naira. They paid them 500 naira each. That money cannot even get you a decent meal. If you can take 500 naira and go out for an adventure that can cost you your life, it's not just financial poverty that's a problem. Mental poverty is also a problem we have to work on. It is pathetic. It is madness. It is madness. 500 naira for you to go and attack fellow youths who are fighting for a cause that will affect you directly and indirectly and give you a better life. And now, of course, yes, of course, we've been provoked. We've been provoked. And since the 10th of October, where that incident, the 20th of October, where that incident happened at Lekki toll gate, everybody is trying to recover. Yes, that's the truth. But do we need to begin? Okay, fine. If we decide to take vengeance on the government and begin to burn public infrastructure, though not acceptable, it might be a little bit understandable. But how do you explain going to some people's businesses? I saw a picture sent to me by a friend of mine in Ikotu. It looks like a war zone. In Cross River State, Coldstone just came into Cross River State, I think last year. Because I was in Nigeria when Coldstone was being built. It has been looted. Spa. Yes, I heard that Spa belongs to Edem Duke or whoever it is that it said it belongs to. Spa has employed people in Cross River State. It's a private business. We looted it. The one that baffled me the most is a psychiatric home. Waiting with the fine for psychiatric hospital, for God's sake. Waiting we go steal for there. And what has that got to do with our demands? Banks are being burned. What for? I think we need to set our priorities right as youth, and we need to know exactly what we want and focus our energy towards achieving that. So once again, I condemn whatever is happening, the looting of properties, the stabbing yesterday. A friend of mine told me that along the people were just passing on tricycle and they snatched a phone from someone's hand. That is part of the protest. That is not NSAS protest. And those are not protesters. I disassociated myself with them, and I believe the whole people who started this NSAS protest and the youth, the youth who are actually concerned about the things happening in Nigeria, who demand for this change, are not part of what is happening right now. Because we have been doing everything to operate within the ambit of the law. But what we are doing right now, we are only giving them the opportunity to climb on us. Now, some states have declared state of emergency. We can't go out to protest. If we have continued to conduct ourselves, this would not have happened. Some people have died again, not because they were out for protest, but because they were out doing other criminal things. It's unfortunate. So let me just summarize what I'm saying, so I will not take you guys too long. First of all, political party is not our problem. Secondly, age does not define an effective leader. I'll be happy to have a youth as a president of Nigeria, yes. But it should be a youth that we know will bring about the change that we desire. Ayade is a youth in Cross River State as a governor. Yahaya Bello of Kogi State is a youth by our definition. Look at those states. Senator Abo, or whatever they call him, is a youth, but he's the first to go and slap somebody in a sex toy shop. He's a youth. So if we are using youthfulness as a yardstick to determine who will be up, who should lead and who should not lead, then we have failed. We have not gotten our priority right. and vandalizing people's property, especially private citizens, is criminality. That is not protest. Looting and taking away people's property. And I was telling a friend, and let me advise for some of you who are watching this and some who will watch this after later. Do not buy or accept any of those properties into your home, because some of them will be tracked, will be traced, and some people will be arrested. Already this morning, there was a young man that some youth got to his house. He didn't even have a space to put his leg because everywhere was filled with looted properties, and he was arrested. He was asked to take most of those things on his head and walk on the street. And many more of this will happen across the country. So if you are in possession of any of those looted properties, just get ready. And if you are bought any because they sold it to you almost at no cost, you are going to pay a bigger price later. And even if the police does not arrest you, the tears of those people whose properties you have vandalized, those private individuals whose businesses you have stolen, you have destroyed, their tears alone. There are some curses that no one needs to pronounce on you. They will come to you naturally. You invite them by your actions. You invite them yourself. And then tomorrow, of course, you will say it's witchcraft. But there are things you should not be part of. Let us be wise. Let us be focused. We are asking for a new Nigeria, NSAS, yes. And that is what that should be our song. That should be our focus. Any other thing is a distraction, and it is unwanted. It is unwanted. You can't be fighting for freedom and somebody give a key and food, and you are stretching your hands to get food instead of getting the key to get yourself loose from whatever is putting you down. Let us, and I want to beg for the youth who are not part of this thing, who are still yearning for a better Nigeria. Those youths should put themselves together and provide security for those properties that have been vandalized. Yesterday, a friend of mine shared a video on his status where he and a few other people were fighting very hard to put up fire in White office. Is it White office or Jam office or somewhere in Calabar? After they have put it ablaze, they came and they were trying to put it off. The youth who are indeed yearning for a better Nigeria should put themselves together and provide security for these facilities that have been destroyed. If you burn Jam office for Calabar, for instance, or White office for Calabar, for instance, I want to buy Wire card. You go travel go yo, or maybe Port Harcourt. That is extra stress, extra expenses. Think. If you burn the hospital, the only hospital you have in your community, because you think you have a point to prove, when you become sick, you start looking for private hospitals, or probably traveling to what they will need to take to other states. What if you die on the way? Think. Now banks might be closed because of curfew, but you have destroyed the ATMs. How are you going to access your money now? Many businesses in some places are not even using POS. You cannot pay with POS. You pay in cash. How are you going to access your money? You go to break prison where criminals, yes, there might be innocent people also who are locked up there. And I know there are other channels that people would have gone through, especially now that the NSAS protests have a legal team to get those people out. But if you go and break prison and criminals are let on the loose, who do you think will suffer? The government or you? Let us think. Let us call our friends, our brothers to order. This is not the right way to go. It is painful. And let me tell you the truth, it will make even those who champion this NSAS protest begin to think they made a mistake. It will make some of them to wish they never even put themselves out for this. Let's be wise. Let us be wise. A lot of people have died, and Some people have died deaths, avoidable deaths, because they went out. You go carry goat. I saw people dragging goat. People, they drag yam. For God's sake. After 3-4 days, 1 week, that thing is finished. What next? When those things finish, what next? Are we not thinking? Have you seen that since this burning and other things are going on, the government have achieved their aim, the politicians have achieved their aim. They have folded their arms and allowed us to do what we are, so that they'll begin to use that to accuse us. We have given them reasons to unleash the military on us. We have given them reasons, something to use as evidence, even before the international community, if they are being questioned for whatever has happened in Nigeria. It is sad to see the same youth clamoring for change, clamoring for something better, turning into criminals. Because as far as I'm concerned, that is not a protest. That is not even a revolution. Revolution is not about going about destroying private people's properties and businesses. It is not at all. People who are not offended, some of those people are part of the people who have put themselves out to campaign, to protest and demand for a better Nigeria for you and I. And you go back and destroy their shop. Some of them, you may have been with them, calling them brother in the struggle, on the field during the protest. And then you put yourself together, go back to his shop, vandalize his properties, destroy his means of livelihood. Do you know how many families we have subjected to poverty and untold hardship because of these actions we have just done? I am not condemning the protest. I still believe, I still want the protest to continue. But the vandalism is not part of our protest. It is not part of our protest. If you want to prove that you are ready to take responsibility for leadership, it's not something you say by word, by your actions. Your actions is what speaks. Please, let us be reasonable. Let us be wise. Let us be wise. Right now, people are going around, they see you with a phone, they snatch it. They see you doing this, they snatch it. Let us begin to talk to ourselves. Let us begin to talk to ourselves. It is important we talk to ourselves, our friends, our brothers, our sisters. And parents, talk to your children. I know some parents will even go and bring the food, bring curry, bring this, bring this, bring this. But from what source? People sweat. Come on now. Come on, that is inhuman. Please, let us do our best and do whatever we are doing within the ambit of the law. We are making very reasonable demands, and the world is behind us, because enough is indeed enough. But what is happening right now is not what we set out to achieve. This is actually tainting our image as a people. This does not speak good of us at all. At all. It only shows that some of us are criminals looking for the opportunity to showcase ourselves. Because look, it takes a criminal mindset to go into someone's house, even if you saw the house open, to go in and pick something. It takes a criminal mind to do that. Because if you're not a criminal, something inside of you will tell you that thing is someone's property, and that thing you're about to do is wrong. So please, I want to beg us. I want to beg us to begin to work on ourselves. Bottom-up approach, not from up. If we fix ourselves from down here, the up, things will begin to fall into place. Okay, assuming those youths that were sent to go and attack protesters refused to go and said we are not doing that because they are fighting for our own good. Do you think those politicians would have gone there by themselves to do it? The answer is no. Today we are doing this. How many of us even have voters card? If elections come now, and let me tell you the truth, the problem with voting leaders is not even with those who went to vote, but those who did not vote are the ones that haven't caused the problem. Because your vote would have made the difference. I don't know. I just pray and I wish INEC would give an opportunity. Right, I know there's a new awakening right now in the minds of the youth. If INEC will open another registration window for voters to register, It would be a very good idea. So we can speak volume with our voters in 2023. And even with the by-elections that are coming up. Imagine, for example, the Northern Cross River State election, senatorial election that is coming up right now. Imagine it coming up and somebody from another political party, not PDP, not APC, emerge as winner. That will be a very big message to all. So please, let us conduct ourselves. Stop looting people's businesses, people's sweat. I have tried to run a business in Nigeria, and I understand how difficult it is to run it, to start up and build a business from scratch. And people have tried their best and set up something for themselves. And you walk in there, empty the whole shop. Is that a protest, a revolution, or a robbery? Well, that is my message for us all. We should think age is not our problem. We have youthful leaders who are messing up, who are not even doing anything for their respective states and try district or even what. We have many political parties. Political party is not our problem. If it were, APC came and promised us something better. But what do we have now? And before you jump into joining a political party because they are trying to make it to feast on our emotions, ask questions. Who are the people behind it? Irrespective of the name, they might call it Youth Democratic Party, Young Democratic Party, Children Democratic Party. Who are the members? Who are the people that registered this party? What is their structure? What is their constitution? Let us not make a mistake, the same mistake we made before when we embraced APC with all our arms. And right now we are where we are. We can have leaders from Labour Party, from SDP, of parties out there. Let us look beyond party lobbying to look at individuals who are vying for these positions. Assess them, not based on the popularity of their political platforms, but individuality is what I'm talking about. Okay, what can you give us? What are your antecedents? Let's check his past record. Let's check his history. Let's check this. Let's check that. Then at the end of the day, we can decide who we want to support based on our findings. And carry the message of NSAS out there. Let us continue, put on social media and online and offline. We here in the UK, we are not even relenting. There have been a lot of protests, and there's still a lot of protests. There will be kind of a candlelight vigil tomorrow, I think. We are still doing and pushing hard. So please, let's stay safe and stay strong.